Okay, so yesterday we looked at law 4 and 5 of exponents. So today we are going to look at law 7 and law 6 of exponents. Okay, so let's begin with law 6, and law 6 will let us go to the law number 7. Now let's begin with the investigation as we do always. And we know that we use investigation to get the law. And one more thing, student, I want you to know is that sometimes we use property to mean a law, property. So sometimes you may hear me say, okay, property number 6, okay, property number 7. Property is the same as law. Okay, so let's say that we have got, let's say that we have got 8 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 3. We can actually write this as 8 to the power of 3 out of 5 to the power of 3. I know someone is thinking that, oh, we can use law number 2 of exponents. We subtract the powers, but we cannot do that because the bases are not the same. This is 8 and this is 5. And when the bases are not the same, we cannot subtract the powers. We cannot do that. We only do that when the bases are the same. Okay, so since we have 8 to the power of 3, we can write 8 to the power of 3 as 8 times 8 times 8. And then, how do we write 5 to the power of 3? Yes, please.
5 times 5 times 5.
Very good. Okay, so we can say we have 8 3 times and 5 3 times. We can actually change the way of writing this. We write it as 8 out of 5 times 8 out of 5 times 8 out of 5. So you see that we are having 3 groups of 8 out of 5, 8 out of 5, 8 out of 5, and 8 out of 5. So since these are 3 groups of 8 out of 5, we can write 1 8 out of 5, and we say that the whole of this is to the power of 3 because it is there 3 times. Do you see that? Do you see that, student?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
maybe you see this is 8 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 3. We are saying that we are getting 8 out of 5 and the whole of it to the power of 3. You see? Okay, let's get another one. We are almost getting to the law number 6. Let's say number 2. We have got negative 12 to the power of 4 divided by negative 7 to the power of 4. And of course, we know that we can change this. We write it as negative 12 to the power of 4 out of negative 7 to the power of 4. You see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's expand negative 12 to the power of 4. So that one, we will have negative 12 times negative 12 times negative 12 times negative 12. And this one, we make it out of, may use another color to make it so clear for you. Divided by negative 7, because negative 7 is also there 4 times, so we shall multiply it by itself 4 times. Negative 7, negative 7, and negative 7, 4 times. Okay, so we can write it in groups of fractions. We just write it as negative 12 out of negative 7 times, I've finished this one. Number 2, I get negative 12 out of negative 7. I have finished this one. Next, I get negative 12 out of negative 7. I have finished this one. Times negative 12 out of negative 7. And I have finished this one. Let me just make it this one to be uniform like the rest. Negative 12 out of negative 7. So you see that we are having negative 7 out, sorry, negative 12 out of negative 7 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can say that we are having negative 12 out of negative 7, and the whole of it is to the power of 4. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you see, here we had same power 3 and 3. We just wrote 8 out of 5, the whole of it to the power of 3 here. Here we had the same power, which is 4 and 4. You can see that we are writing negative 12 out of negative 7 and the power of 4. And now this is the last part that will show us what the law number 6 of exponents is all about. So let's have number 3. We will assume that A and B are rational numbers and B is not equal to 0. Then N is a positive integer. So in number 3, we will say that A to the power of N divided by B to the power of N. So you see that this will be A to the power of N out of B to the power of N. So we expand A to the power of N. A to the power of N will be A times A times A times A. How many times?
In time.
In times.
N times. Okay. Now, that one, we will make it out of, we get to B, and I will use a different color to make it clear for you. So B to the power of N, we write it as B times B times B times B. Okay. So we are making this how many times?
In times.
This will be n times. You know, we are saying n times, we don't know what n is. If n is 10, we multiply B times B times C 10 times. If B is 5, we say B times B times B times B 5 times. But because we don't know what n is, so we don't know how many B's or how many A's that we are going to have. So that's why I use these dots. I'm not sure how many. Okay, so we make like fractions. So I'll get A out of B times A out of B times A out of B, blah, 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 times A out of B. How many times?
In times.
Times.
N times. Okay, so and then I'll get A out of B to the power of
N.
N. Very good. So let's generate our property from what we have seen, because already also here you see that we are getting N, A out of B to the power of N. This is the same as what we have been getting this side. You see in number 1, we got 8 out of 5 to the power of 3. Here we got negative 12 out of negative 7 to the power of 4. You see here we are getting A out of B to the power of N. So this means that actually our property is that we will call it law number 6. Our law 6 is that when I have A divided, A to the power of N divided by B to the power of N, I will get A out of B to the power of N. You understand now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And all, sometimes you will find when someone has written law number 6 like this, and it will still be fine. Someone will say, okay, A out of B to the power of N means A to the power of N out of B to the power of N, which is the same as this. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, from law number 6, we can get law number 7. So law number 7 will be that if I have A to the power of M divided by B to the power of N, but this is into the power of K. You can remember property number 3 of exponents. So this one will be that I'll get A to the power of M times K. M times K. You get that?
Okay.
Out of B to the power of, who can tell me?
N times K.
N times K. Perfect. So this is law number 6 and the law number 7 of exponents. Okay, now let's get some examples. We see how we can use law number 6 and 7 to solve some problems with exponential numbers. Okay, so let's have like examples. All right. So let's say simplify each of the following, leaving your answer in exponential form. Simplify each of the following, leaving your answer in exponential form. Okay. And any letters that we are going to use will be rational numbers. Okay. And when we say leave your answer in exponential form, it means that your answer, you will leave it having a power. You will not make it a fraction or a whole number. You make it a power. And sometimes you may find that, okay, it cannot be like a whole number with a power, but maybe it can be a fraction with a whole number. No problem, so long as it is a rational number. So let's get number 1 as 10 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 8. Number 2, let's have 2 out of B to the power of 5. And number 3, let's have 7 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 6 into the power of 4. You can remember property number 7 that we have just used, can very well suit in example number 3. And let's have number 4 as 2p squared out of q, the power of 3, into the power of 4 divided by 8p to the power of 3 out of q to the power of 16. Okay, so let's apply law number 6 and law number 7 to solve these 4 problems. So let's get our solutions. Okay, we begin with number 1. 10 to the power of 8 divided by 2 to the power of 8. So this one will be 10 out of 2 to the power of 8. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what is 10 divided by 2?
5.
5. So the answer will be 5 to the power of 8. That is okay because they said that, okay, we leave our answer in exponential form. Okay, so number 2. 2 out of b to the power of 5. What should I write? This will be 2 to the power of 5
5
out
of b 5.
Okay. What is 2 to the power of 5, student? 2 to the power of 5 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 5 times.
32.
32, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 8 times 2, 16, 16 times 2, 32. So it means that we have 32 out of b to the power of 5. You get it?
Yes.
Okay. We get to number 3. Okay, for number 3, we have got 7 to the power of 3 divided by 5 to the power of 6 into the power of 4. So what should I write, student?
7
7 to the power of 3 times 4.
times
Mhm.
4.
Out of
5 to the
To the
power
power
of 6 times
times
4.
4.
very good. And the next step, we will have 7 to the power of
12.
and 5 to the power of
24.
24.
24. Very good. And this becomes our answer. And now we will do number 4.
Yes. It is the final answer.
Yes, this is the final answer because there is nothing we can do from here. Because
okay.
yes, we need to leave our answer as an exponential number. That is the instruction that we have from here. You can see, leaving your answer in exponential form. Okay. So we will stop there. So number 4, we have got 2p squared. 2p squared out of q to the power of 3, and the whole of it is to the power of 4. We will divide it by 8p to the power of 3 out of q to the power of 16. Okay, now for this one, student, we need to be very, very careful. Step by step, I have 2 to which power?
4.
4. I have p to which power?
2 times 4.
2 times 4 out of q to which power?
3 times 4.
3 times 4 divided by 8p to the power of 3 out of q to the power of 16. Okay. Next step. What is 2 to the power of 4?
16.
2 to the power of 4, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 times 4, 16. Okay, very good, Supicha. So we have 16, p to what power?
8.
8.
8. Q to what power?
7.
12.
Yeah,
3 times 4.
12.
12.
Okay, but you know, when we do fractions like 2 out of 3 divided by, let's say, 4 out of 5, we will get 2 out of 3 times what number?
5 out of 4.
5 out of 4. We write the reciprocal. 4 out of 5 will be 5 out of 4. So what should I write here when I say times? What should I write?
Q to the power of 16.
Out of
8p to the power of 3.
very, very good. Okay. Now at this step, we can actually reduce 8, I get 1. And what is 16 divided by 8?
2.
I have 2. So this means that I have 2 p to the power of 8. 8 is up, p8, p to the power of 8 is up, and p to the power of 3 is down. So it means that we have divided by p to the power of 3. You see that? Then times q to the power of 16 divided by q to the power of 12. That's how it looks like. But to make it very easy and quick, let's remove this and we do it like this. So 2 p to the power of 8 minus 3. You get that?
Yes.
Yes, I'm using law number 2 of exponents. Like when I have p to the power of 8 divided by p to the power of 3, I get p to the power of 8 minus 3, and I get p to the power of 5. Okay, so then I have times q to the power of 16 minus, look at q, another q.
Minus 12.
Minus 12. So the answer will be 2p to the power of
5.
2p to the power of 5, and q to the power of
4.
4. Yes, that's all. Have you understood?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. So, can you open page number 97?